Children of all ages, we're back. Sorry about that. 100% my fault. Switch this camera to this one. All right, there we go. Get rid of that. Not sure what that does. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that. I messed it up. My bad. Tips. Do the buy me a coffee thing. The fuck is this? What does this QR code do? There. This QR code sends me to earn cash from live streaming. Invite your friends and viewers to join Restream and get rewarded. I'll receive cash for each successful paid referral. All right. I don't know if I like that plan, but that's cool. Whatever. All right. We're back. I'm the old humble guy. This is behind the scenes. I am currently filtering my whiskey. It's right back here behind me. I think I can do a second cam. Add a second camera. HD. There it is. I can add a second camera. I can do it. Turn on. There it is. There it is. Look. There's the camera in camera. Do. Camera in camera. Do. It's not camera in camera, is it? It's camera. Did I do picture in picture? There it is. Okay, that works. So that's what's going on behind me here. This is going on behind me. Turn the chat back on. Do the chat overlay. Can I do that? Will that mess up the picture in picture? Nope. That's nice. This is a really cool out here. It's real set. I'm likely to stream a lot. Go ahead and pay for the subscriptions, I believe. I can get my logo and other graphics and stuff up here. I've done Civilizations, haven't I? Huh. Most recently, it appears. All right, so I'm here in the distillery. It's after midnight. It's almost 2 o'clock. Jesus. Let me see how we've progressed. All right. So I should probably go ahead and proof this one too. Save that a little bit longer. This? Can I do that? No. What if I did this? Can I do that? All right, so there we go. I can do that. But now I don't need this one on at all, do I? I do need this on. So what if I turn it off? Okay, I guess I got to leave this on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and proof this barrel since I'm here. And I can filter it tomorrow, I reckon. I reckon I can filter it up tomorrow. Mm-hmm. While I'm doing the rest of my work, I suppose. Mm-hmm. I can filter it up, reckon. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much the only movie impression I know how to do. I don't guess that's true. I could do others. Sean Connery as a Russian. This is Sean Connery as a Russian. English. Sean Connery. American police officer. He doesn't fuck around with it. He's just, I'm Sean Connery and I'm a great dissident. Okay. I can see you put a lot of work in your accent training there, Sean. Is he dead? God rest his soul. That marvelous bitch. Dude who's just gave every bit of the impression that he was just tough as nails all the time. An absolute fan of that guy. I mean, I guess my fandom had limits because I didn't know he was dead, but all right, so this started out at 140 proof. It is now 135 proof. So the addition of the overproofed whiskey, the over diluted whiskey, knocked barrel 2 down from 140 to 135 at, what is the temperature in there? At 70 degrees. So it was 140 at 66 degrees. It's now 135 at 70 degrees. And if I check that gauge, it's 70 degrees. $135 would be 131.3. So this went down from 137.8 to 131.3. That's how much. That's how, you know, and it's only 35 gallons, so it's not like or 34 gallons. So it's not like it was a trout to begin with. So it's 34 gallons times 131.3 divided by 200 is 22.3 gallons of alcohol divided by, it's 49 minus 34 gallons. It means I need to add 50 gallons of water. On with the show. On with the show. This is it. On with the show. This is it. Ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, shit. If you didn't have to use the bathroom before this, now you do. All right. That's 10 gallons right there. So go on with the show. This is it. Ba-bum-ba-bum-ba-bum. Ba-da-da-bum-ba-bum. Ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-bum. Bum-bum-bum. Bum-bum-bum. All right, 5 more gallons. Hi, everybody. And I probably need about 2 more gallons. But I'm going to let this settle in for a little while, because I don't have to be in any particular rush about this. We're going well on the filtration. $49 gallons. We'll take the proofreading in a minute. Live chat. What's going on, chat? Old Humble 2 Bourbon Boogaloo. That is exactly what's going on. Bourbon Boogaloo. There was something I was doing. I couldn't call it. It was a band name. Something Boogaloo. And it was a band title. Electric. The hell says it's game night. Man, this is such a low-key stream. This is so low-key right now. I'm just like, man, whatever. I really 100% on doing a stream today, but I figured I was here, I was doing stuff. Might as well, I'm here. Get used to it. Oh, you know why it's chapped? Because this is in my pocket. And it's messing with the cord. So I'll set it, put it on my clip on my butt. So I won't be messing with the cable anymore. So it should be cool. And if it doesn't stabilize, I will, I'll think about it. That'd be cool. I am so tired. Like all of a sudden, I am so tired. Testing. There he goes. Audio looks better. Okay. Cool. It's running super duper slow. It's like it's running like it's in mid update form or something like that. It's running really super slow. I'm gonna have to do some. So just as a FYI, as a heads up, Old Humble Guy has been going through an audit the last 2 weeks. That's kind of been why I've been laying low, because I've been just busy, just thoroughly occupied between schoolwork for the kids, between my work, between the distillery, between the audit, between just holding on for dear life and keeping things together. I've just been buried. That's where I've been the last 2 weeks. I haven't been anywhere in particular, except for just under a cloud of stress and exhaustion. Um, I've been staying up entirely too late, not having nearly as much fun as I usually have. Uh, just kind of general purpose exhaustion. What I mean? But I kind of feel like I'm on the tail end of all that. I feel like I'm in a better place now. I feel like audio looks better. Looking at the audio line, the little green and red line. So when I looked at it, it looked like it was steady and it looked like it was better. I can't speak right now. But I have a notebook full of ideas. I've got some videographers I actually want to get in contact with, um, to do some 30-second, 90-second, 120-second bits, some commercial things, because we got our boom coming out. We're hitting all the stores. I'm scheduling up my tastings. I'm getting my road show lined up. It should start early April. I'm going to go through the month of April. There's still a chance that our Boomtown will show up in another country in the very near future, which is exciting. There's, we're working on new markets. We're working on new labels. We're working on branding. I've got my 72-hour blackout bourbon, my Boomtown blackout bourbon that's on its way. I've got, the redesigned label for our bottles, so it's not going to be this clear label anymore. I mean, I'm really just kind of running around right now trying to make this thing work. We're open every Friday night. Um, we're open every Friday night. I'm going to start uh, falling back into a regular schedule of bottling, labeling, merchandising, uh, vendor visits, that sort of thing, as we progress through the week. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes of a business that most people just don't see, and you don't think about it, you know. And I'm just a one man shop, and we just do one thing. We do whiskey, and I mean, I don't want this to sound like I'm complaining. I'm just, I mean, this is the life I've chosen. This is the work that we do. This is, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on. So that's why I haven't been streaming. By the time 9 o'clock rolls around on a Thursday night, I'm fucking tired. I'm just tired. And it'd be one thing if I popped on the live. We're doing a happy hour on Wednesday night, and we have 300, 400, 500 viewers, and we're talking and chat, and we're going back and forth, active interview process, and we have a bunch of people coming in doing interviews. Or I had better equipment that we were able to do this shit with. I'm gonna switch the picture. Can I do it? Come on. There we go. Here radio, y'all getting down with the boom, boom. There we are. But I mean, with a low grade audit like what I've been going through the last week, it's still, getting together 24, 25, 48 documents in sequential order, making sure everything's been posted, making sure everything's been done, ticking and tying all the numbers, making sure everything's set before you submit it over to the auditor. It doesn't take 6 or 8 hours of time to do that, but it's like 6 or 8 hours that you have to spend doing that. And that's 6 or 8 hours that you don't spend doing other stuff. So, you allocate your time here, you allocate your time there, but you can't allocate your time in both places at the same time. But, that's the life. Man, even a tough day here at the distillery, a tough week at the distillery, a tough month at the distillery is so much better than a month at a day at the old job. The bureaucracy, the office politics, the office gossip, dealing with people who don't know how to coffee, dealing with managers who are like, you forgot, like, yeah, I know I forgot to do that thing. And then somebody else calls up and says, Dave let us know I do that thing. Yeah, I know I forgot to do that thing. And then somebody else mentions it, like, you know what? Fuck all. You don't need to be answering to 5 different people. Fuck you. All of you. Fuck it. Go die in a fire. Jesus. H fucking Christ. Ugh. I don't miss that work. I don't miss that. But I really, 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 really I got to make this work harder for us. It's working. We're hitting our numbers this year. We're getting, like, everything's coming together this year. It feels good. But it's like everything needs to go right. I mean, we can have a couple of things go wrong this year. Really, really need a bunch of stuff to go right this year. We had so much go wrong last year, so much go wrong the year before, so much go wrong the year before that. We had some things go right last year. Things the year before that, a lot of fucking. Yeah, a scene from Zoolander where the model and the gasoline fight. That was 2020. A bunch of male models at a gas station having a gas the whole year. From being locked out of the stores to being. I really love this. It's fun. It's a journey. There's a lot of learning that happens every fucking day. Something new that goes right, something new that goes wrong. Something new that goes right, something new that goes wrong, some new experience, some new learning process, new way of looking at things. And all the pieces are here too. Almost all the pieces. Not quite everything's in place yet. It's been a long, slow process of getting things in place. But we're getting there. I mean, I feel it all coming together. The bourbon is selling. The bourbon is I've got we're doing stuff. People are noticing the stuff we're doing. We got an audio sign. Let's go. That movie sign. All right, good deal. That'll do. That'll do. Y'all getting down with the boom, boom. Beat so large, stepping on the leprechauns. Y'all getting down with the boom, boom. Getting on down with the boom, boom. All right, we are at the end of the line. All right. Hitting me down with the boom, boom. Getting on down with the boom, boom. All right, who else is in chat? Is it just Bacon? Don't hold back. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, there's a distinct ability. There's a very real possibility that, things just don't go right over the next 12 to 24 months. I need to go to environment. I need to go back into the real world. There's a real possibility, I mean, I'm still relatively young. I'm 47. I'll be 48 this year. There's a chance. There's a chance this little 5-year experiment just ends in the next 24 or so months. There's a chance. It's not a significant chance, but it's a better than zero. I'm not gonna lie. I'm realistic about it. I'm not fatalistic about it. I mean, there's definitely something I can do about it. I can definitely personally affect that percentage, that chance. But I really don't want to. I really, really don't want to. I don't want to go back and deal with fucking Gary and Rhonda and all those other shitbirds. Just don't. I mean, it's vacuous and empty, and it's, you spend 50, 60-hour job making revenue for some faceless, mindless drone, Don't give a shit about your family. They couldn't care less. So this is 95 proof at 75 degrees. We go up to 75 degrees. That sounds like we're pretty damn close to dead on dick with this. 95 proof, 75 degrees. That is 89 proof at. Temperature 70. It's 75. We're right at 95. If I knock it down to 4, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're between 89 and 90 proof. So that'll work. And then the third barrel The third barrel will be a little bit, we'll blend a little bit of these together in the final process. So this will get a little bit higher. That'll stay right where it's at. That's good. We've done the Lord's work, kids. We have taken water and turned it into wine. We've saved the wedding. Yeah, it's a shame we've saved the wedding. Yeah, the wedding, you see. I'm not going to filter anymore tonight. I'm tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. It's time for me to go to bed. I'm going to be back here in about 7 or 8 hours. And in 7 or 8 hours, we'll get back to work. We'll be back on with a proper day in the life episode. We'll talk about all the stuff, do all the things. Have joyous happiness and all that shit. But yeah, I mean, like I said, just possible. It's a better than 0 chance. It's not a huge chance, tremendous possibility, but there's a better than 0 chance. Like anything can happen. We could get in a, God forbid, we get in a wreck. We have to get a new car. Storm causes us to have to get a new roof. Kid gets hit by a baseball, knocks out a tooth, and we have medical bills all of a sudden, dentistry bills and shit. I mean, like anything can happen over the next whatever months. We could have a spring a leak in one of our vessels, and I could lose $3,000 for the product. Anything can happen. I just don't want to go back to. I don't want to wear a suit and tie to work every day. I mean, imagine me in a suit and tie every day. Having to shave every day, live up to someone else's standards. Ugh. Live up to someone else's appearance standards that have nothing to do with productivity. Like, you need to shave so that you can turn in your reports on time. Like, why the fuck does my beard have anything to do with a bunch of fucking buttons on the computer? Like, what does that, how does A connect to B at all? Excuse me? I mean, that shit just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just an employee. I don't know. Like some people are just broken and they can't work for people anymore. I don't think that's me, though. I can work for people. I work with people all the time. But goddamn, showing up to the office and they're like, you know what Susan did this weekend? No. Which one, Susan? I mean, that's like nonsense. You can fucking put up with that. But finding out at the beginning of March that your bonuses that are scheduled for the end of March aren't going to come until June. That's some fucking nefarious shit. Or finding out in June that the bonuses that were supposed to come in June aren't going to come until the end of the year because they decided in March that they're going to have annual payouts of bonuses instead of semi-annual bonuses, but your boss didn't bother to fucking tell anybody. He just sat on that information for 3 months because fuck you. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that environment. Just don't want a toxic workplace environment. Just ugh. And I'd like to think that they're not all the same, but they're all the fucking same. They're all the same, just by different degrees. They're all the same, just different by degree. It's just, You're expected to work for us. We're not expected to do anything for you. And all glory and power and honor to the price per share and the earnings per share. And learn to do more with less. And learn to do more with less. And learn to do more with less. Record profits, mind you. Record income, record profits. But learn to do more with less. Lean, mean operation. We're understaffed. You have to do more. You know what? Maybe you shouldn't be understaffed. Maybe you should have more people. Maybe when one person is sick, it shouldn't be a fucking crisis for everybody else to handle. Maybe you should have more people on staff. Fuck. But, you know, that said, things are going well. Things are coming together. I'm feeling the momentum going in the right direction. We just pushed 22 cases of whiskey out the door in January and February, or between at the end of January, the middle of part of February, 22 cases out the door on a budget of 24. We've got 63 cases about to get prepped up, and the distributor's like, I want all of them. And then we'll be ready to do another 60-something cases next month. That's good. That puts us ahead of schedule, revenue-wise. Puts us well ahead of our revenue schedule. And if they pick them all up all at the same time, that's good money. I'll take it. I'll take it. That puts us in a position to get our tasting room built, our bathroom built. Puts us in a position to do a lot of shit. See, this month, February, these last 3 weeks, I've been doing the strategizing, figuring out the rest of what we're gonna do for the rest of the year. I did a lot of that in January, did a lot of that in December, but being able to focus in on this last month, this has been helpful, very helpful as far as the company goes. And I'm gonna do it again in a couple of months. We'll sit down and really plot out the future and where we're going, get granular with it. But you see, that's the other thing. You shouldn't leave me to my own devices for too long. When I get ahead, start thinking about all kinds of other stuff. I'm not gonna lie. There's been some ups and downs this month. There's been some serious ups and serious downs. But more ups than downs, and that's important. More ups than downs. And also, there's been more than one occasion where I realized a lot of the so-called partners out in the retail world that we're supposed to be working with aren't very good partners. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're like, we need to get more people to our shows. Like, yeah, I can give you $250 to help you do that. I don't know what we can do with that. You fucking advertise your show, you dumb idiot. That's what you do. You fucking advertise your show. You advertise it to a market that's not that's a new market that doesn't know who you are. You get new people to come to your fucking show. You need to get out of the people who already know. You need to send a newsletter to the people who know who you are. That's free. They're already invested. They're already involved. They already want your fucking product. You got to talk to people who know who you are to get new people to come to your show. Get them on your mailing list. Get them on your newsletter. Get them to come to your fucking show. Have any CDs? No. Got a DVD. What the fuck am I going to do with a DVD? I can't play a DVD in my goddamn CD player. Come on, man. How am I supposed to sell a CD? This is not a CD. This is a DVD. Nobody wants to listen to a DVD. Goddamn. Hey, do you want me to take pictures of your whiskey and put it on my Instagram? Why would I want you to take pictures of my whiskey and put on your Instagram? You have 400 followers. What the fuck am I going to do with your 400 followers? You're going to promote my whiskey to your 400 followers on Instagram? Why? What? Who? Fucking Jesus. Anybody who's worth a damn is expensive as fuck. Anybody who's willing to work ain't any good at it. Yeah, I mean, it's that balance between the experience and the hustle. The people who are willing to work really hard, work long hours for almost nothing. It's because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they have to work long hours. That's why they have to work so hard. That's why they have to do so much, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The ones who are really good at it, they show up, they work for 2 hours, they're done, they fuck off, they get out. But that costs like 10 times as much as the guy who works for 20 hours because he doesn't know what he's doing, because these guys know what they're doing. And what are you going to do? You got no money. How do you fucking pay the guys who are worth the money? If you didn't need them, if you had the money, you didn't need them. If you need them, you ain't got the money. It's kind of a catch-22, you know what I mean? I mean, Jack Daniels doesn't need to spend billions of dollars on marketing every year. They're Jack fucking Daniels. People pay them to wear their logo. Hi, Reebok. I'll pay you $45 to wear your logo on my chest. Hi, University of Houston. I'll pay you $60 to wear a hoodie that has the U of H logo on it. Here, take my money. Thanks. Bye. Hey, old Humble, why don't you pay me $50 to wear your fucking hoodie? No, fuck you, man. Hey, if you send me a bottle, I'll promote your whiskey. Promote my whiskey, and I'll send you a bottle, motherfucker. Jesus. Salty. I'm salty. Almost as if the Pareto principle. Yep. Also, and another thing, and this is actually kind of just a random observation. We have a whole fucking mathematician, philosopher motherfucker who has the name Blaise Pascal. The coolest fucking name. I'm named Blaise. When he lights himself on fire. Except he spells it Blaise because he's like French or some shit. Like he's a philosopher mathematician with the coolest fucking name, but he spells it like a goddamn poofter. Am I allowed to say that? I think I am. I don't know. I'm going to get canceled. I'm only going to be able to work with Scott Adams now. Speaking of Scott Adams, that guy's fucking stupid. How do you get that rich and be that stupid? That should give hope to everybody. Everybody. That you don't have to be smart to be successful. You can be dumb as shit and still be ridiculously successful. And he's going to go around crying, oh, I'm getting canceled. Everybody dropping my stuff. You can only find my information and my comic strips on Dilbert.com, on the newsletter that you pay for, on the Patreon that you pay for, on Twitter, on YouTube, on my Substack, on my website, on my private OnlyFans, on all the other. But USA Today dropped me because I'm a fucking moron. Well, yeah, because you're a fucking moron, you fucking moron. In books and calendars and wall hangings and flip books and coloring books and comic books and on TV show that's still out there that you can watch anytime you want to watch it. And they're like, God damn, you're such a whiny bitch. These people who go out there and they say stupid fucking things out loud. They go out there and they say the quiet part out loud. Like, you're allowed to be racist as you want to be. Just shut up about it and don't fucking act on your racism. Nobody gives a shit if you hate black people. if you keep that fucking shit to yourself. We used to have an understanding in society that if you're going to be a dirtbag person in your soul, you kept that shit in your soul and you walked around and you smiled. You may not have shaken hands with people. You may have gotten out of line at the bank. We knew you were a dickhead. It was obvious. You can't hide that shit. But you didn't go and say it on the radio. You didn't say it on YouTube. You didn't say it in the public square. You kept that shit to yourself. And you didn't say it to your kids. You might have said it to your kids, but you didn't fucking say it to your friends. You didn't fucking say it on the radio. You didn't go on the news. You didn't do this shit. You didn't go all over the place and be all like, oh, look at me, I'm a fucking moron. And take your dumbass dick and throw it over your shoulder and swagger around like you done something, because everybody would look at you and point and go, that motherfucker's an asshole. And rightfully so, because you're an asshole. They should point at you and say, look, there's an asshole, because you're an asshole. But now people are like, oh, I was a fucking asshole. And people are pointing at me and calling me an asshole. They shouldn't point at me and call me an asshole. They're bullying me. No, you're a fucking asshole. You deserve it. And the thing is, if you're not really an asshole, it's just like a one-off thing, and you're just like, oh, no, I didn't really mean to say that. And people are like, well, yeah, we'll give you a pass once. Yeah, we'll give you a pass twice. But, you know, there comes a point where there's like, they look back and there's a body of work and they go, oh. So I'm pretty sure Hitler never came out and said, you know, I hate the Jews. I mean, he said, like, they don't deserve to exist and shit like that. Don't get me wrong. He said bad shit. Oh, he killed his dog. What'd the dog do? You're committing suicide. You don't need to kill the dog. This is your deal, not his. Fucking asshole. And not to say that killing the dog was the bad thing that he did, but that was like the icing. No, not even the icing. I mean, there was all, I mean, it wasn't even thick icing. This is like a whole fucking asshole cake that he did. Like to gypsies and Jews and gays and injured POWs and cripples and twins. And dude was a world-class piece of shit. World-class. He was, Bill Burr says he's the Michael Jordan of assholes. Yeah. I mean, you look at the way he waged the war, like, you know, the what he did in Eastern Europe versus what he did in Western Europe. Like, he didn't think Eastern Europeans were people. He was genocide, all out genocide in Eastern Europe. Western Europe, he was like, y'all are white enough, that's fine. World-class asshole. I don't know where I was going with this. But yeah, like, he never came out and said it. Like, he never just came right out and said it. He's like, you know, and he wasn't even like using dog whistles. Like, they're the problem. They're getting in the way. They're the root cause of our decay, or what, you know, whatever other shit that he said in German. Because he spoke German, I didn't really speak it. I don't even think German was his first language. What a fucking piece of shit. But I don't think he ever came right out and said it. You know, that's not something you come out and say. Just like, you know, most racists don't come out and just say, hey, I'm a racist. That's going to get clipped and come back and haunt me. Most racists don't come out and say it. They just say, yeah, they rely on dog whistles and shit. You know, the wink, wink, nod, nod. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't want to wait tables for those guys because you know what I mean? No, what do you mean, fucker? Say it out loud. Fucking say the quiet part. Come on, you son of a bitch. What do you mean? Make these motherfuckers, when they do shit like that, make them say the words. Given Jordan is an asshole in real life. That's a good point. But I mean, he's not a genocidal asshole. He's just an asshole. There's a difference. I don't know if he's so much an asshole. He's just competitive. You know, there's a way to be an asshole that's not like off-putting. Yeah, you're just like hyper competitive. You be a competitive son of a bitch. That's sort of. Anyway, very rarely do you have racists that just come out and say, "Oh, hi, how you doing? My name's Jake. I'm a racist." That doesn't happen in real life. They're like, "Hi, my name's Jake. I don't talk to black people." Like, oh, it's like, you know, it's not because I don't like black people. It's just because I don't want my character to be impugned. Like, that's a weird thing to say. Why would you think that your character would be impugned if you speak to black? Like, oh, it just might say the wrong thing. And, oh, really, Jake? Tell me more so that I can avoid being around you for the right reasons. Oh, no. I've gotten off on the wrong foot. No. I think you've gotten off on the right foot. And that right foot goose stepped right out in front of you. And you're just going to keep on talking and tell me more about your fucked up ideas. And that's usually when they go and get a beer and leave you alone forever. That's a good thing. Just like, tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me fucking more, you piece of shit. Keep talking. Get to the quiet part. I want to hear it. Go ahead. But you see, there was a time in society within my lifetime that we just kept that shit to ourselves. And I say we, y'all kept that shit to yourself. You didn't fucking go around goose stepping all over the place and being all like, those people, 50% of the crime and only 2% of the population. Like, well, fuck you. Maybe if the cops patrolled your neighborhood and looked for trouble the way they look for trouble in other neighborhoods, they'd find out the shit that you're doing in your fucking garage. Greg, find your grow operation in your spare room with all your fucking solar panels, keeping it off the grid so the cops don't find it. Greg. Maybe they'll find your fucking hidden still in the shed in the back 5 acres that you got on your little property out there in Cut and Shoot, Texas, Michael. No, but black people are the problem. No, you're the fucking problem. You're as much a fucking problem as anybody else, you son of a bitch. 2% of the population, 50% crime. No. 80% of the policing. But if the cop searched your car, he'd find that 11-inch dagger you have under your passenger seat, you fucking idiot. Law-abiding, gun-toting citizen, but by God, if they take my guns, I'll fucking shoot them. Well, you're not a law-abiding citizen. You just haven't committed a crime yet, dick. What time is it? It's like 2:30. I'm ranting like a drunk person. I haven't had anything. I had one drink. Jesus. I'm all over here drunk uncle in my fucking live stream. Yeah, and another thing. Let me tell you about the time when Michelle fucking told me that she loved me, but she didn't really love me. She just wanted me to think she did. So I fuck her because she thought she was pregnant. She wanted me to have her baby, but it wasn't my baby. She thought she was already pregnant, but I thought she was a Baptist. So I didn't try to fuck her because I thought she was a Baptist and she wasn't, sort of thing. Because obviously Baptists don't fuck. What's this? Basing that on what Dean D'Amelio, former screener for the Tom Leykis, said about him. Apparently, he was a dick to him. Oh, Jordan being an asshole. Yeah, I mean, I've seen enough interviews. I've seen enough of what Jordan says. He's kind of a dick. He's kind of an asshole. But he's one of those like hyper competitive people that like sees himself. It's like him versus. He's always competing with everybody. So that makes you, when you're always competing with everybody, you're never cooperating with anybody. So you end up coming off like some kind of an asshole. But that's a different kind of asshole when you're like a hyper competitive all the time. You see somebody else going for the door that you're going to go to, you kind of quick step over to try and get it. You can't leave the table unless you've made your money back at the casino. You can't You can't let anybody have the bigger fish. You can't, your neighbor gets a car, you get a car. Your neighbor gets a mistress, you get a mistress. The neighbor, that sort of thing. That's a different kind of asshole than like, murder entire people groups. He was a dick to him and didn't tip him a penny. Are you supposed to tip the screener for a radio show, or was this when Dean D'Amelio was a waiter? I assume that was when he was a waiter. That doesn't sound like something you should do on a radio show. I don't think you tip the call screener, do you? I've never tipped a call screener. And that's another thing. Tipping is fucked up. Tipping is fucked up. Like, you're supposed to tip people, for good service, right? But like, nobody's willing to accept the notion that there's such a thing as bad service. Like, I go to Denny's and I have, a Grand Slam breakfast or a lumberjack. I like the lumberjack breakfast, really. And a coffee. And like, all I'm asking is you just keep bringing me coffee. That's it. I don't need a lot of attention. Just like swing by every like 5 minutes and pour some more coffee. I mean, I'll drink water when I'm drinking my meal, but make sure my goddamn coffee cup is full. It's free. What are you doing? Hoarding the coffee? I'm out of water. You can't see that I'm out of water what are you doing? It's not that big of a restaurant. I don't ask a lot out of my waiters and waitresses. I really don't. Like, bring me my food, bring me the check, make sure I have water. That's it. I mean, if you're not, I have no problem whatsoever going up and getting my own water. I'm fine with that. Leave the pitcher. I'll pour my own fucking water. You don't have to come and see me at all. Bring me my food, bring me my water, leave the pitcher, fuck off. The little kiosk is there on the table. I'll do my own thing. You brought me my food. You brought me a pitcher of water. You left me alone. Great. 20%. No problem. But if you're supposed to bring me, if I'm supposed to have silverware and you didn't bother bringing me my silverware and I got to get it myself, you didn't bring me my water, I got to go get it myself. Like, again, fine with getting my own water. But if you're supposed to do it and I do it myself, what the fuck are you there for? I can get my own fucking food. They do it at McDonald's. They do it at Burger King. I do it at Wendy's. I do it at Chick-fil-A. Number seven. Your meal is ready. All right. That's me. Got it. Cool. Thank you. I'm going to tip the fucking cashier when I go get my own food. I mean, really, I don't ask a lot. I really don't ask a lot of my waiters. It's a very low bar to clear. You'll get 20%. But Jesus Christ, if there's like 4 of us and you bring 2 meals and disappear, like, where? And then you're like, I'm not tipping that motherfucker. Oh, you gotta tip your waitress. The waitress shows up and they rely on the tip. Well, if they rely on the fucking tips, then I need to have some fucking water in my cup. How hard is that? I need this money, mister. Well, do your fucking job. And now I'm the asshole. Oh no, mister, pay me for my showing up because I need this money, mister. You need this money, then why are you sitting there on your fucking phone in the waitress stand, and the waiter stand, and the server stand over there? Why are you sitting there staring at your fucking phone when I'm over here parched like the goddamn Mongolian desert, wondering where my next sip of water is going to come from? Telling me you need this fucking tip when you're over there playing fucking Words with Friends? Oh, I need that extra $3 from your tip. Oh, you do? Oh, you do. You're not showing me that you need it. You're showing me that you expect me to give it to you. And again, I don't expect you to, like, give me a massage and tickle my nuts or anything like that. I just want my fucking water. I want a fork and a knife and some fucking water. Oh, can I get a couple of napkins? Yeah, I'll be right back. Here's your napkins. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. If you leave the picture, you never have to come back. Oh, no, I'll come back. All right. 9 weeks later, they show back up with a flask of water because the French Foreign Legion fucking found them and brought them to me at the Oasis outside of Algiers. God. It's great that you have all the fucking bling on, but that doesn't make any difference. That's not putting water in my cup. Gah. I am in rare form today, aren't we? What's up, Bacon? I'd have loved you as a server. More than once coming to the Tiger Bar because someone else referred me to them. Oh, fantastic. And really, like I said, like, I don't ask a lot of them. You can be the best damn server ever. You can shower me with attention. That's probably going to annoy me a little bit because I've got to probably have a book. I'm probably reading. I probably have my notebook open. I'm probably scribbling notes. I'm thinking, tapping away, doing numbers, whatever it is that I'm doing. I might have a book. I might be on my phone. I could be doing any number of things. 9 times out of 10, when I went to restaurants at lunch, I was like going to the restaurant to get away from the people in the office. Hey, how you doing? Would you like a table? Yes, I need a table. I already know what I want. Just send me my guy. I'm not a man of, I like my food. Obviously. But I know what I want. I go to Chili's, I know what I want. I go to Whataburger, I know what I want. I go to Olive Garden, whatever. Most of the places I go to, I know what I want. I'm a man of habit. I bounce around between things because I'm in the mood for whatever. Most of the time I go to Chili's, I'm getting the honey chipotle chicken crisper meal, whatever. This one Chili's I went to, they'd let me get an off menu chicken fried chicken breast. Oh, so good. But yeah, I mean, I don't ask a lot of my servers. It's not like I want you to, I'm not going to ask you to, most of the time, I'm not going to ask you to do specialty like things or whatever. Just like, simple run of the mill, basic shit. I'm a man of simple needs, simple desires, food, drink, napkins, silverware. Fuck off. Just make sure I got water. That's all I need. I don't want to be harassing you. I don't want you harassing me. Just, I probably won't even know you're coming back. I'll be into my numbers. I'll be into whatever it is that I'm doing, scribbling away. My cup will be over here. You can come, pour it in there, set off a bomb at the table and walk off. I won't even notice the bomb going off. So I'm in my shit. Was the meal okay, sir? Nah. Anything I can do for you? Nah. Would you like me to help you hide the body? Nah. You're very handsome. Nah. But so help me God, if you break that concentration, I come out of my trance, I am going to be fucking livid. I am going to be absolutely fucking livid. Sir, I really need you to answer me. What? What? Why are you here? Who are you? What the fuck? Go away. Haven't been to a Chili since you lived in Inglewood. There's a particular Chili's near my home. And it is the epitome of because your hunger is stronger than your memory. That place is the worst fucking restaurant. That's the sort of restaurant where you order chicken and you might get steak. You order steak and you might get chicken. They don't know what they're doing. And it was better before the pandemic, but when the pandemic hit, everybody quit because management sucked. And when everybody quit, they didn't have enough staff on hand. And the handful of people that were allowed to, that they were allowed to let in would show up, and there wouldn't be enough waiters, there wouldn't be enough people on staff to have a hostess, there wouldn't be a hostess, there wouldn't be a bartender, like whatever was going on. Like they were very short staffed. So service sucked. And then people were like, this place sucks, and they quit going. And then when people quit going to that Chili's, they couldn't afford to have people on staff, which is stupid because it's a fucking Chili's. You telling me that you're a Chili's and you can't afford to have people on staff? You're a fucking Chili's. You're part of a chain. You're a part of corporate America. Like they can't afford to lose a little bit of money on you for a month or two so you can staff up and show people that you're not a dumpster fire so that you can get more people coming to your fucking shitty little mid-range family, fast family restaurant. Are you kidding me? You can't afford to go 10 grand, 20 grand down a month for 2 months? You're Chili's. You're not going to go out of business. Hell, you'd resurrect the business because all of a sudden you've got good service because you have 3 times as many servers as you need on staff. And you're sitting down at the table, you're ready to have your baby back ribs and Australian chicken, whatever, Outback chicken sandwich, whatever the fuck shit they serve now. And you've got 4 different people coming and asking you if you want appetizers or water or drinks or something from the bar or if everything's okay. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? I've got bling. It's a happy, happy day. Or is that TGI Fridays? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Fast casual. But now everybody wants to come to your shitty little Chili's. And now it's not a shitty little Chili's anymore. Now it's a really nice little shitty little Chili's. And you've saved your fucking business. But no, you're just going to have shitty service because you can't afford to hire people. You're not willing to put people on staff. So now you have shitty service. So people show up and they have shitty service and they leave and they're like, that's the shittiest place I've ever been to because their service is shitty. And then nobody goes back. And when nobody goes back, you don't have enough people going back. So you don't have enough people on staff. So you have even shittier service. And service just continues to be shitty. And you fall into a death spiral. Blah, blah. But it's Chili's, so it doesn't go out of business, so it just limps along forever and ever, being a garbage fire. I should go home. 2:45. How long has this second broadcast been going? A little over an hour. That's fair. We've done 2 hours of live streaming tonight. I'm gonna call it a night. I've ranted enough. I'll have more tomorrow. $5 says you went to that Chili's, ordered mozzarella. Honest to God, Bloomin'. No, I didn't get a bloomin' onion. I don't like onions. Yeah, I know I'm weird. I don't like onion rings. I don't like fried onions. I don't like bloomin' onions. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened at that Chili's though. No, last time we went to that Chili's, it took him 45 goddamn minutes. 45 minutes to bring us like 4 burgers. There was 4 of us at the table. 45 fucking minutes. And then they only brought 3. The 4th one, they were like, I don't know what happened. I know what happened. You fucked up. That's what happened. And sometimes it's the chef. Sometimes it's the waiter. But I've been a waiter. And if the chef is fucking up, it's your job as the waiter to make sure that the chef stops fucking up. Go back there and make sure they got the food down. Here's the order. Like, all right, order up or order in. Thank you. And they put the order down. And you go back there 2 or 3 minutes later. You say, you got my orders running, chef? You go, they say, yep. You say, you got 3 burgers and a chicken? Yep, 3 burgers and a chicken. Right on. Thank you, chef. You're welcome. Chef, you're the best. Thank you. I know. Yep. And I've been a waiter, and I've been a chef, and I've been a fucking busboy, and I've done the dishes, and I've been an assistant manager, and I've been a line cook, and I've been a prep cook. I've had every fucking job in the back of that kitchen. I know how, at least I know how it used to be done. I don't know how it's done today because it's been 30 years since I've done it, but I know how it was done back then. And I know good and goddamn well if you're a shitty waiter and you don't communicate with that chef, the chef might miss a fucking meal, and that's your fault as the waiter. Your fault as the waiter. Like, the chef may have fucked it up, but it's your job to make sure the chef's not fucking it up. The chef can make mistakes, but you as the waiter, it is ultimately on you to make sure that your meals are down. The chef's working for you. You're managing that. Make sure the chef's going to be pissed off the first few times you ask, but after that, you'd be like, hey, chef, I'm just making sure. He's like, I got you, boo. 3 New York strips and 1 chicken. Thank you, chef. It's ticket number 53, right? Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you, chef. Thank you, chef is fucking valuable currency in a kitchen. That is probably the most important thing you can learn how to say in a kitchen. Thank you, chef. If you're not saying thank you, chef, like 50,000 times a night, then you have fucked up your job as a waiter. That chef can make or break you. That chef can expedite your meals. That chef can borrow a burger from one plate and put it on your plate and just keep things moving really nice and smooth. Or that chef can make you wait eternity for nachos. Chef can make or break you. Chef is God. And your job as a waiter is to be the temple priest and make sure that God does what you want him to do. It's an interesting power dynamic because the congregation doesn't get mad at God. The congregation gets mad at the priest. It's the priest's job to make sure that the congregation knows that God is working for them. Interesting little dance that has to be done. Because otherwise, the congregation looks at the priest and say, why did he bring a hurricane to our community? What did we do? And then the priest says, God works in mysterious ways. Oh, okay. That doesn't make any fucking sense. He's like, oh, no. The suffering happens not because of God, but in spite of God. But God makes you powerful enough despite the suffering so that you can make good grow even in the ashes of the rubble. And all the people say amen. But what goes unsaid is that the first catechism is that man's ultimate, or the point of man's existence is to glorify God. And we glorify God in suffering. The more suffering, the greater the glory. Because man glorifies God when he's not suffering, then man glorifies God from a position of privilege. But if you glorify God when you have nothing, no reason to glorify him, then that's true glorification. You're not praising him because of your physical bounty. You're praising him despite your lack of physical bounty, which means God's glorification is even greater when you're at your worst, which means God's distinct goal then is to make you suffer, or at least not prevent you from suffering. And if that's the case, then God is a capricious, cruel, monstrous beast which is why I'm not a very good evangelist. And the world is chaos and suffering, and we're here in the midst of chaos and suffering, and our ultimate task, our ultimate role, the reason for us, our existence is God created man to glorify himself. He created man in a world of chaos and suffering to glorify him. And it's not in his interest to prevent the chaos. It's not in his interest to prevent the suffering, because in the midst of chaos and suffering, that glorification is even greater. So, when the baby's born with the twisted intestines and he suffers a horrifying death of malnutrition and starvation before his third day of existence, well, that's the chaos and suffering that God has created in the world so that he will be glorified. And he has no interest in changing that, no interest in undoing that, because if he undoes that and babies don't die in 72 hours, then we don't suffer enough. And the lack of suffering reduces his glorification by that much. If he reduces glorification, he's an infinite being. If you reduce the glorification and he doesn't get infinite glory, then he's not as infinite, I guess. And if he's not going to undo the suffering, then it's on us. We have to work to alleviate the suffering. It's our job to tend that garden. Tend the garden, plant the seeds, grow the fruit that bear more seeds, and replant those seeds and grow a garden. Grow a garden that ultimately will bear fruit that we won't eat. Plant seeds that'll grow into trees that'll cast shade that we won't sit under. Plant crops that'll grow a bounty that we will never feast on. Build a peace that we'll never experience. That's our job as people. We build amazing things so that others will benefit, ultimately. Because that glorifies us. So anyway, there's that. There's that. Except cook, prep food, enjoyed serving and bartending the most. Yeah, I hated serving and bartending. I actually enjoyed cooking in the kitchen a little bit more than the front of the store. Hard left turn. I told you, man. You leave me to my own fucking devices. You leave me holed up in the quiet and dark long enough, I start thinking about weird shit. I start thinking about weird shit. Anyway, let's wrap this up, I guess. Announcements coming next week. 2,000 subscriber giveaway. We'll do a special show. I'll schedule it at the end of the month. I'm going on spec. I'm pretty sure we'll get to the 200 or the 2,000 subscriber mark. If we don't get to the 2,000 subscriber mark by the end of March, well, then we'll do it in April. Maybe. I don't know. I'll schedule the show for March 31st. Right? That's a Friday. March 31st is a Friday. I'll schedule the show for Friday, March 31st. The 2,000 subscriber special. Subscribe today. We get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm giving away this handsome bottle of whiskey along with this enamel dildo. I don't know. This this handsome bottle of whiskey along with this hand-carved wooden whiskey bottle tote. This handsome display for your shot glasses. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So tell your friends, tell your enemies. I don't know, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, I'm the old humble guy. I will continue to be the old humble guy. And when I return, I will still be the old humble guy. Y'all are awesome. You continue to be awesome. You humble me every fucking day when you give me your support and you come and watch the show. Bacon, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bob, everybody else that came by and visited, thank you so much. Cheers to all y'all and good night.